All right. Hello again, adventurers, and welcome to another exciting episode of Daily. This is December 2021. This is day to the 27, and I am slowly losing my mind. Um, so my sleep schedule has gotten really screwed up due to just some weird other things happening and me having panic attacks at bad times and then passing out and other than that, to the point where I now go to sleep somewhere between like 1 to 2 in the afternoon. And then I wake up at like 10 o'clock in the night, and the last couple of the days I've been having a hard time knowing what day it is, because the bedroom that I'm in, the actual bedroom itself has no windows. Well, it has one window, which is right there, which I have covered up because the light bleed makes it impossible to see my screens. So the room that I'm in, I can turn off the lights, and it doesn't matter how bright it is outside, it will always be the same brightness in here for the most part. There's a little bit of light bleed from that window, and the days are so short that it doesn't matter. And so recently I've been, and I do have windows that are literally a doorway away. Like I have, the way this is set up, I basically have the entire basement is mine. And the basement is divided into my bedroom, which makes up about half the basement is my bedroom. And then I have my bathroom, which is right over there, which is its own kind of room, and it also has the washer and dryer in it. And then there's like I don't know, I think the old occupants use it as like a workroom, because there's a bunch of workbenches and stuff throughout it. I use it. I have my fridge and I have my freezer in there, so I keep my food and my drinks in there. So it's effectively my kitchen, except for the fact that I have a microwave, and I have a toaster oven that I keep down here so I can have hot food without having to leave my room, because with my agoraphobia, just going upstairs is really difficult for me. And so yeah, those rooms have tons of windows, and they get a lot of natural light. Even being in the basement, like I can get a lot of natural light. So I'm not living under, I mean, I am living underground, but I'm not living in a cave. But because I've been going to sleep when it's dark and waking up when it's dark, and the few times that I leave to go get things like, if my brother gets me food or something, I'll have to go upstairs to get it and bring it down or whatever. I'm having a really hard time noticing time passing, which is actually a symptom of my depression and anxiety. Is I will dissociate, and one of the first things this has been constant for like 6 or 7 years now, but I can't feel time passing. I'm in a constant dissociative state where I literally have had experiences where I have looked at a clock and watched time speed up and slow down. It's the weirdest experience ever, but I literally looked at a clock, and it took like an hour for a minute to pass, and then a few minutes a little later, I literally watched like 20 minutes pass in a couple of seconds. It was really weird and bizarre, but that's one of the things that happens to me is when I'm dissociating, I can't tell that time is passing. That's why I put alarms for literally everything in my phone, because if I didn't, I wouldn't do things, because I don't understand when the time is passing. And now, even with my alarms, I don't know what's going on. Like, I wake up at 10 o'clock at night and I think it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and then I have to look at my phone and figure out, okay, which is, I guess, a problem with the 12-hour clock system. If we used a 24-hour clock, it would be much easier to tell what time it is. But then I'd have to learn a new way to tell time. So, swings and roundabouts. But yeah, it's been really, really not fun, because I literally don't know what day it is. I don't. A lot of times I can look at my clock and I won't even recognize what time it is. Like, it'll have the time right there and it'll mean nothing to me. They're gibberish at that point, which is another thing that happens when, every so often when I have a panic attack, is numbers lose meaning to me. It's the weirdest thing. I actually had it happen. I was at a convention, and I had it happen because I was. It was the last convention I ever attended, because I had to get a room for the convention, because I couldn't. My social anxiety was just so bad that I couldn't just stay at the convention, and I had to have a place I could kind of run away to. So I had a room, and what ended up happening was I was literally playing D&D, and the sessions would last for 4 hours, and we got to hour 3, and my anxiety just said, well, we're fucking done with this, and I went into this really, really bad panic attack, and we were in the middle of combat, and I had to turn to my friend and go, I need you to add my dice for me. He's looked at me weird. I said, I don't know what they mean. And he's just like, what do you mean? I said, I can't. I'm having a panic attack. I don't know what these mean. And so I played the rest of this session by I'd roll my dice and I'd look to my friend and he'd add it up and I'd repeat what he said. And so yeah, recently the last 2 days here, I can't tell time because numbers don't mean anything to me. I can't. I have no idea what day it is. Like I just feel so detached from reality, which is, I mean, the definition of dissociation. But yeah, lots of fun. Mental illness fucking sucks. And the weird gymnastics that my brain does to try and deal with the fact that it's massively broken is really hard to live with. So yeah. Hopefully tomorrow will be a bit better. I'm trying. My goal right now is I'm going to try and stay awake until a more regular time. So this is so that I can try and get my sleep schedule back on schedule. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to do it though, because the longer I'm awake, the more panic attacks I have. And one of the ways I deal with panic attacks is I try to sleep them off, because otherwise they don't end. So we'll see if it works or not. Anyway, that's all for me today. I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye-bye.